Mandera North MP Bashir Maalim Abdullahi has Kenyans vexed. That is, he has Kenyans angry and on edge. This is because of his recent remarks, and I don't know, but I feel like with everything he is saying, he's getting Kenyans more and more agitated. In case you're still floating with what I'm talking about, let's get into it. So of course you've heard of the BBC documentary and you've seen the reaction from Kenyans, but we've also been witnessing another reaction from the political class, where we have had certain MPs, certain leaders come out to criticize this BBC documentary in the same parliament buildings. One of them was John Carrier and the other the same MP Bashir Maalim Abdullahi. So after the BBC documentary dropped, this MP made a statement about it in Parliament, labeling it as discriminatory and biased, plus adding this statement that has now become infamous: "We sympathize and we move on." Let's listen to this clip.
We have really moved on. We spoke about that issue in this house, discussed it, sympathized, mourned our fellow Kenyans who passed on during that day. However, it has come at this time again. As much as we agree that our fellow Kenyans lost their lives, unfortunately, but we also moved on to ensure that we reconcile the country.
Of course, this did not sit right with Kenyans, and it's clear from the comments in response to that clip. Apparently, human life doesn't matter in Kenya, said Millicent. Such a mad dog, the clouds are gathering, said Sitati. You unalive people and ask us to move on. When will you people learn? Walai bilai hizi shetani zitahang. It's a shame that these pigs are making such statements and we are still at home. We need to march out ASAP. These comments are just barely a scratch of the surface. The backlash from Kenyans was heavy, so he responded in an attempt to clear the air. Here's what he said. One, he says that they stood in solidarity with the affected families. He further says he didn't intend to downplay the loss that occurred. Let's move on. He says that as a father, as a leader, and as a citizen of the nation, I'm deeply pained by the killing of our young people, many of whom only sought to voice their frustrations peacefully with courage and hope. Let it be known, I do not and will never support the unjust killings. Have you noticed how leaders right now are just tweets? Like all they do is tweet about what they stand for and what they think, and it's all just tweeting and nothing really done to these words. So the next verse says, in times of grief, we often learn to lean on faith for comfort. As a believer, I take solace in the words of the Holy Qur'an, which remind us, what does it say? When the appointed time comes, they can neither delay it by a single moment, nor can they advance it. The audacity. He then translates the verse. This verse teaches us that death is in the hands of Allah and not man. Well, did you watch the BBC documentary, mister? It clearly showed that death on that day was in the hands of fellow human beings. I don't know if this is sinking as it should, but let's establish something. Bashir is not just an MP. He's also the vice chair to the National Assembly's Department Committee on Defense, Intelligence and Foreign Relations. What this means basically is that he is the vice chair to the committee in National Assembly that deals with matters to do with defense. Now, I stand to be corrected on this. Let my law fellows correct me in the comments. But some of his obligations actually include overseeing the activities of the Ministry of Defense, mambo na budgeting, procurement, nini, and also just overseeing the activities, mambo na misconduct by armed forces and violation of human rights. These are some of the things he gets to handle, and also reviewing security policies and legislation information relating to national defense and military operations. So you get where this is going, and I stand to be corrected in the comments. But if these are the obligations, then this means that all the questions you guys were dropping, all the frustrations you guys were dropping in our previous video regarding the military officer that was exposed on BBC, all those concerns are supposed to be directed to this person who's the vice chair to this committee, and of course the chair of the committee as well. And with these statements coming from a person in this position, I don't know, you tell me, what do you think about this? Comment in the comment section, engage with us, let us know what you think about this, and keep it here on BNN for more updates.